Thank you. Dame i gospodo, dobar dan. Čast mi je i zadovoljstvo da imam priliku da moderiram ovaj panel. Obzirom da imamo dvoje učesnika koji nam dolaze iz inostranstva, čitav panel će biti na engleskom jeziku, pa ću se prebaciti na engleski. It's a great pleasure to have the opportunity to speak during the Kopaonik Business Forum on one very important topic, pretty actual topic, where we would like to talk about strategic perspective on geopolitical aspects of current happenings in the area of AI and industrial and intelligent transformation of industry. This panel is organized in partnership between the Association of Economists of Serbia and Science and Technology Park as a part of broader cooperation which also is related to Forum of Advanced Technologies in Niš, which will happen as a 10th in a row in Niš, talking about digital industries during this summer. Today, we do not speak only about digital transformation. A situation across the world and the influence of technological advancements is shaping our future. And we would like to talk about geopolitical aspects of application of artificial intelligence and the modern technologies. Strange things are happening in the world. AI is changing totally the environment, from one point of view as a concern, from the other point as a huge opportunity. We are all aware that the US is leading technological advancements. They are also strong in AI, in digital industry generally. China has a specific industrial heritage and industrial policy where the state is investing a lot in AI and digital infrastructure. At the same time, Europe is where it is, and it's clear that there is a gap in terms of technological advancements in Europe comparing to US and China. We think that in the future there will be a need to change the approach towards general industrial policy and to use the advancements in technology and to overlap this gap. Europe is not standing, waiting for things to happen. There are activities and initiatives such as AI Act, which is first framework for human-centric artificial intelligence. There is an initiative on AI factories which is trying to create the infrastructure which is supporting application of this kind of technologies within the industry. There is also a network of European digital innovation hubs across Europe, including our region, where there is a structure which is supporting adaptation of these technologies in traditional industries. And as a part of this initiative, Science and Technology Park Niš has an honor to lead Serbian S4AI Hub, which is a part of this European network trying to support Serbian industries adopt AI and other digital technologies. What we would also like to talk about is a fact that we think that it's not possible anymore to work on strategic digital transformation without the involvement of all the stakeholders required to do something important. So it is important to involve both research community, startups, industry, to create appropriate policies and to attract capital which will support this transformation. We will speak also about Serbian European Digital Innovation Hub. we will speak a bit about the role of local self-governments as important factors in creating local ecosystems. What we would like to answer are several questions, and these are how AI is changing industry today, what ecosystems must do to support these changes, and to lead the discussion towards our region and Serbia so that we see how we can use this, I would say, opportunity to improve the competitiveness of Serbian economy and the country at all. There are 6 smart people who I will speak about this. Mr. Todor Mladenov here with us is director of Sofia Tech Park from Bulgaria, and the important role is that in Sofia we have one of AI factories in Europe. Mr. Ivan Pavlovic is the manager of S4AI Hub, one of the 2 Serbian European Digital Innovation Hub. Jelena Bojovic is a program director of NALED, as well director of the Center for Fourth Industrial Revolution of the World Economic Forum in Serbia. Mr. Stefan Badja is co-founder and acceleration director of Hub 201, with a significant experience also in developing ecosystems here in Serbia. And Mr. Dragoslav Pavlovic is a mayor of city of Niš, where I'm coming from, but not in the role of the mayor of the city where I'm coming from, but as the mayor of the city who is implementing and starting initiatives which should lead the transformation of local and regional industry towards the economy based on knowledge and try to create one engineering hub from Niš. Today with us also is Michaela Lafont from European Commission. She is in charge of AI policy and these European digital innovation hubs, and we will be also able to hear from the European perspective how things are happening in Europe. And thank you for being here with us. I will move from here and start with the first question. So having all the previous introductory remarks in place, I would like to start from the European perspective. So, Michaela, I hope you are with us now.
I am with you. I am with you, of course.
Thank you for being here with us. I would like to see from your perspective, how do you see current European situation, especially comparing to US and China from the strategic position, and what Europe is doing to increase its competitiveness in this regards?
Look, I'm very happy to be here with you. I know I have only 4 or 5 minutes, so I'll be very direct. There are lots of things happening right now, and for sure you see them. Concretely, on the field in Serbia, we have indeed 2 European Digital Innovation Hubs, and one of the hubs, I hear it's invited in this panel. Here in the discussion, we have also HADEA, the agency managing closely the European Digital Innovation Hubs in your country. And we hear about the developments with the hubs and the first activities, the first year. They are very good. So you start well. And we are very happy to hear that this first year, which of course is difficult, starts to have some shape, and you start to work on these differences in terms of digitalization in your country with AI focus. Regarding the strategy at European level, this 2025, actually, last year in April, the Commission published the AI Continent Action Plan, and in that strategy, everything is put together. So if you get lost, and for sure everyone is getting lost because there are too many things happening, in that strategy, Apply AI, AI Continent plan, everything is put together, all the pieces of the puzzle. And if you look in that strategy, there is a very interesting part where the hubs are invited to play an important role. It is the Apply AI strategy. Actually, with the AI, what's put in place in terms of infrastructure, data, skills, in terms of simplification, which is really, really important, and we are we are looking into how to simplify, because this is really key. So again, in terms of infrastructure, all this is put together, and you have Apply AI strategy issued in October 2025. And here, the European Digital Innovation Hubs are called actually they are called to be important players in the field of AI centers of excellence, as the players between the companies, the SMEs, mid-caps, if you have public sector, and the other players in the ecosystem, because of course ecosystem is very important, and I hear that as well from you. With the AI factories, and not only AI factories, regarding data, regarding compliance, regarding simplification. So the European Digital Innovation Hubs have a really, really important role concretely on the field. And you have 2 of those hubs in Serbia. What I can tell you again, of course, we have the American model. They are very advanced. This is the United States model. And in the same time, we have the Chinese model as well. They are very advanced in terms of implementation in the industrial processes. And what we want to build now in Europe, it's ecosystems based on trust. So it's indeed something not necessarily different, but we have a European way. And this is now what we try to build with infrastructure. You mentioned the AI factories. Actually, these AI factories, we have now we have a number increasing, 19 AI factories. And we have, of course, antennas in the associated countries. Around in your region, you have antenna also in Slovenia, in Bulgaria, in Romania very recently. And so in Greece, I mentioned they work very well. We have 14 supercomputers. So all this is starting now, and all this infrastructure is put at the disposal to work together, and with all the facilitations and the actors which are on the field. And of course, from our point of view, in my unit in AI office, we count on the European Digital Innovation Hubs of players on the field. We listen to them, we hear about difficulties, and we try also, depending on what we hear, to facilitate, to simplify, to adapt even legislation. We have good news in Romania recently in terms of funding for the European Digital Innovation Hubs. So each time there is an achievement reported by hubs, this is really important for us, and also very important when you hear about difficulties. So in terms of policy making, this is really important to have the players on the field, to see concretely what happens there, and to be able to adapt, to simplify, to adjust. And fortunately, it's not just me, so I'm just a voice at the European Commission. There is lots ongoing now, and the focus indeed is on Apply AI. Apply AI strategy is looking into each sector, and we are looking now into use cases for AI with pilots, and each time the pilots are identified, they are afterwards deployed. I want to stop because there is lots to say, and I'm ready to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. It is very important for us to understand what's happening in Europe, what is the strategy, because as a candidate country, we are in this regards related to Europe, and we are not working alone. I am very happy to have our friend from neighboring Bulgaria, Mr. Todor Mladenov, as a director of Sofia Tech Park. You are involved as a member of EU in these initiatives in a different way than us from Serbia. How are these AI factories, especially as an infrastructure, supporting the adaptation of AI technologies in the real sector especially?
Thank you, Mr. Angelovic. It is a great pleasure to be here again. We've been meeting now and then. I was attending at least 3 of the National Innovation Forums, which inspired me very much for a certain list of activities that we have done back home. And one thing for today that makes me really eager to speak and to discuss, actually, that we are not going to talk about the deep technologies today, where, as I see, most of us are people that are related to management, to management of those innovation areas, innovation communities. So our goal is to speak about instruments and actually resources that we can accommodate, how to boost our communities back home. So Ms. Lafont, she made a very impressive and very informative retrospection and introduction to what is going on in Europe. I would also admit that whatever we have today is actually deeply taught and probably is highly motivated in order to catch up with the world competition, which nowadays is very, very strong. We see that. So now the competition is taking, I mean, things change in days. So today, you just announced we, as a team in Sofia, we are actually working and getting ready to deploy our, I would say, 3rd or 4th initiative about big data and high-performance computing, something that we, back in the days, we decided to kind of specialize and see if we can compete or get our advantages in. And just 2021, we were ready with our supercomputer. So back then, and now it's just five years from there. Back then, we were, this installation, this complex, high-performance computing complex, was something like the 91st in the list of the the best performing supercomputers in the world. Now we are probably somewhere around 250, something like that. So you'll say, well, you might be kind of losing your positions. But I would argue, and I would say that as a person that is involved in developing a large-scale projects and actually competitive industrial infrastructure, what we are happy with is that we actually succeed to invest in people. So we put few million euros back then, but now what we are most happy with is the people, the teams that actually run the future upgrades, because we did 3 upgrades recently, and now, I mean, a year ago we were kind of very motivated and succeeded to get the award for the from the Euro HPC, which is the joint undertaking of the European Commission, to take the award to build one of the, I think, 8 AI factories for the first round of this initiative. So if we, back then, we invested something like 15 million euros in the first Bulgarian supercomputer. It is called Discover. Now we are investing more than 90 million euros for the next step, or the next, let's say, level of technology innovation. And this time, actually, we succeeded to attract really great minds and smart teams. So, for example, one of our leading partners is the Institute for Computer Science Insight, which is one of, I think, one of the leading think tanks in the region of, in the Balkans, in the South and East Europe. So this would be an initiative which will not be just for the big players, those who might who have the talent and the skills to use the supercomputers and the AI pilots, but our goal is to bring it down to the SMEs. There are certain, let's say, advantages. I would not want to get into details, but what we need to compete as a community, smaller countries, is to develop our teams to use such advanced technologies and to make it in a most professional way.
Thank you very much. Your success is also our success, because individually our countries are too small for the global scale competition, and thank you for being willing to cooperate and share the experience with us. What you have just said brings me to our next panelist, Mr. Ivan Pavlović. You are managing Serbian European Digital Innovation Hub. You started last year. What's the situation in Serbia from your experience in terms of the adaptation, readiness, availability of solutions among the traditional industries?
Thank you, Milan, for asking. It's a great opportunity here to be on the panel on the Kopaonik Business Forum, and I'm really thrilled regarding the AI factories issue that Mr. Todor raised, because we were discussed regarding the possibility how could we interact in some future cooperation between S4AI Hub, STP Niche, and the STP in Sofia. So it's good to hear that it's going in that direction. But speaking regarding where we stand, where our industry stands in Serbia regarding the AI applicability, I could say freely that we are standing somewhere between the awareness and readiness for the true application of the solution that artificial intelligence brings. I'm saying that because we know that awareness exists definitely. Majority of the companies are aware that about generative models regarding also predictive analytics, smart manufacturing, automatization process, and they know that there is some hype regarding the AI issues that they don't want to be left behind in this future period. But however, when we start working with the company within the framework of the Serbian European Digital Innovation Hub, the picture gets more realistic and complex, because it's not the same in Serbia, Bulgaria, Austria, Germany, and in some other countries. Speaking about digital tools, they're present, but most of them are fragmented. ERP exists, CRM exists within companies, but some other tools and applications exist, but most of them do not communicate with each other. Speaking about the automatization process, majority of them, partly of them are automatized, but if we see the core overflow within the processes are mainly handled and it's mostly depends on the highly skilled, experienced human resources within the company. So getting to some other issues, human resources and their capabilities for the digital area. During this first assessment, we get to the conclusion that it's on a very low level regarding majority of the company. And speaking about the strategy, it's rather implicit than strategically prepared and goal-oriented. So in this occasion, in this framework, AI could not be seen as just the upgrade in Serbia, because we need structured data, we need integrated database, we need objectives very well defined, and if you don't have the company within that have integrated database that does not measure its performance to KPIs if data are scattered along different silos, there is nothing for the AI to be learned for. So basically, those companies only could get the, how to say, the first step regarding the artificial intelligence, and we defined in those previous first steps some 3 readiness level of the company here in Serbia. The first one to be said is one that is basically companies that want to introduce the AI, but first they need to work on the structuring their infrastructure and defining the processes. That's the major part of the industry. The second one is oriented on the mid-size enterprises that have well-structured ERP system, a good database, and that already working on some small improvements such as logistic optimization and small-scale project. And the third one, the smallest one, but the growing communities, those one implementing solutions, developing and implementing AI solution, and what is more important, aware of the value of the data within their business model.
So if I can try to summarize what's happening in Serbia is that we became aware of the problem, which is the first step for solving the problem. If we go deeper, trying to analyze why the situation is like that, and maybe what the regulatory context could support, it brings me to Jelena Bojović, probably one of the best experts in this field. Is the regulatory framework in Serbia supporting or slowing down application of AI, and what's your position in this regards? Maybe some nice experience.
People that know me expect to say yes or no, but no, I'm going to talk a bit more. So the answer is maybe a bit complex, but what I wanted to do is tell a story, if you don't mind.
As long as it is not going to last 40 minutes, okay. It's okay.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about one project that started back in 2003. There was a human genome project that started in 1990 and ended in 2003. And the scientists decoded the whole human genome in 13 years. 3 years later, one company in California, 23andMe, decided to start something called genotyping. Don't lose me here, please. Genotyping is the genetic analysis that allows us to understand better what kind of disease are we going to have? Are we allergic to certain food, or do we have some inherited disease that is pending? How much alcohol can we drink? What is why do we have ears like this or different ones? Which are the genes that are talking about our blue eyes or green eyes or brown eyes? So genotyping is something that came out from research and I would say deep tech as well. As a result, so the company was formed in 2006 and was operating, working on providing ancestry data and also some health data for until 2013, before first time their FDA, their Food and Drug Agency, wrote them an email asking them to register their test as a health test. So they operated since 2007, let's say. It's 2006 they were formed, but from 2007 until 2013, before they were not stopped, but just informed that they need to do a certain testing in order to continue working on providing some health data to their customers. They continued working, of course. They got their permits from FDA, and they are a company that was sold in 2025 for $300 million. So why I'm saying this? What is the purpose of this story? The purpose of this story is just to showcase that I have to say now, it's 2026. In Serbia, we still do not have laboratories that provide genotyping as a service. The reason for this is generally policy. But I have to say that Europe was also pretty late. The fastest ones were UK, Switzerland, and Ireland. The rest of Europe was much slower, including France and Germany, 2017. In Serbia, 20,000 women go to prenatal testing each year. So 20,000 people do prenatal testing. All of this testing is done so that the blood is taken in Serbia, and then the test is sent outside of Serbia to be tested, and all the gene data is kept outside of Serbia. So the reason for all of this is generally policy. There are countries and there are societies that look at technology as a potential, and they are there to support the development and just to carefully watch it and control it at the moment where they find that it's threatening, not at the beginning. So the difference between our society, or European and Balkans and Serbia, is that we restrict before we even understand the technology. So I wanted to show that I believe that we are still there. We are not moving that fast that we are supposed to, but I believe that there are some movements now, and I believe Mihaela was saying a nice wording, said ecosystem based on trust. So this is where I hope the EU is heading with this policy and regulatory frameworks and something called sandbox, but I'm going to talk a bit more in the next question. But I hope that I explained where we are comparing to US that we are looking at as a policy, I would say, a paradise.
Thank you very much for this story. Again, it shows that there are things which could be done in terms of new regulatory support to generally innovation, not only digitalization. But having in mind that we are talking about is mostly digital transformation and application of AI as a disruptive change threat, I would say again possibility. What happens is that digitalization on the other side increases the exposure of data and potential risks. And there we come to cybersecurity, where Stefan could tell us how this links to the adaptation of the new technologies and digitalization of the economy generally.
Thank you very much, Milan. So just to say from our side in Hub 201, we have established the hub a few months ago with the goal to educate and accelerate development of cybersecurity in Serbia and wider region, but also to foster talent that is in Serbia to accelerate their development and hopefully placement of products in cybersecurity and AI globally. We have great support with our industrial partner Pulsec, which is the biggest cybersecurity company in the region. And I think looking now, we're working with Pulsec and also through the hub in the last few months, I can see there is a lot of opportunity, and we still have a big gap because I think regarding cybersecurity, there is a lot of, I would say, education missing in the sense that people treat it as something that it's not a must. It's something that is nice to have because nobody's really hoping that something is going to happen to them. And I think it's because in Serbia and in the region, people don't really understand the value of data, and there is no, I think they don't understand the risks of their reputation because digitalization has been happening for the last 10 years, but we don't have still that widespread of frauds and attacks as there are in the West. But I think with the new regulation, it will happen, and it must happen. And I think companies are taking more into concern cybersecurity and what is happening with the data of people that they are working with and also with their clients, and internally as well. As Jelena mentioned the example, I think we have a lot of things that need to be done in Serbia regarding regulation as well. In cybersecurity, we are trying to follow EU. But even when we have regulation in Serbia, we all know it can be only like something written on a paper that is not applied at all. And I think the mindset, if you look at Koponik Business Forum, you have many people from classical industries, and their focus is to be dominant in their business. And they really look at their business, and they can use AI, cybersecurity, digitalization, and some fancy names because they know they want to keep their footprint in the region where they have their markets, and they're not looking to expand, or they're not looking to see if there is big competition coming from the West because they know they have a footprint here. But I think with AI especially, there is a huge change in productivity and huge change in paradigm. So you have many new products that are being developed very quickly, and there are only a few places in the world, mostly like San Francisco, where you have developments of new technologies, and then you have many companies that are trying to compete on application layer. And I think in Serbia, we are still lacking a lot of applications of AI. As colleagues before mentioned, of course, there are many infrastructure problems, but also there are problems because people are not really willing to invest a lot of time and money into new products, into increasing productivity, because they think it will not change their business as much as it's changing it in the West. So I think in that sense, we also as a hub are trying to expand on that and say, okay, there are opportunities, there are things you can apply very quickly that will change your business, but also you need to be aware because as we heard like a few panels before here, we are now hoping, if not to become members of EU, to become parts of the single market. So there is going to be competition from other countries who is going to be much more productive, much more efficient, that is going to deliver new solutions to the clients much more quickly. And they might then beat you to the market. So in that sense, I think that there is a huge gap of just making a decision that you really need to apply AI and focusing on that, because I think sometimes it's just like, okay, you have a flagship strategy, you have a flagship project, but you're not really trying to change your modem of operations to become more digital and to become more productive. And I think we always say it's a huge opportunity, but it's for Serbia because it's new industrial revolution, we can do many new things. But I think we need to be much more aggressive. We need to do much more to change things because we have EU that it has its own problems with regulation, with very long and tedious bureaucracies. We can have an opportunity now to do something more disruptive, to have more products and companies being brought up from Serbia to create something new that is innovative, that can be global. But I think we are missing a lot of actions. We have a lot of talks, so I'm hoping with the hub as well, we are going to help people with ideas and companies with ideas to actually succeed and succeed more globally. And I think we need to have a global appetite, because if you don't have a global appetite, you're going to be beaten by some others, because I think especially in AI and cybersecurity as well, you need a lot of investments. If you have a good idea, there are 100 people that have a good idea as well. Like you could probably generate 100 good ideas with ChatGPT right now, but like you need to execute them, and you need to have a good team, have a good focus, and to actually do those things. And I think that's something that we are missing a lot, because I think it's much easier to talk than to actually do the action. But I think in the whole new paradigm that is happening with AI, things like cybersecurity are crucial, and there are a lot of investments now in cybersecurity globally, not only because of that, but also because it's becoming one of the means of wars. Unfortunately, it is very actual right now. If you look at the news from recent days, there is a lot of talks about cybersecurity as well. So in that sense, it is something that we as a society need to invest in to secure the future of our work and future of the work of our companies. So in that sense, I think my message would be we need to be more actionable, we need to be more productive, and we also need to safeguard that through cybersecurity, and we need to be aware of all the threats that are happening, because when it happens, it's too late to actually do something.
Thank you, Stefan. I suppose that some people would think of what does a mayor do on an economic forum. And here we want to talk about the importance of ecosystems, which are enabling these kind of developments. So, Mayor Pavlović, how do you perceive the role of the city in terms of creation of the ecosystem which can support these kind of developments?
Well, the answer is simple: business-related, Mayor. First of all, I would like to. He won't mind. Stefan Barja is my friend, but he says that there are plenty of people with good ideas. Please, if you have any people with good ideas, bring them to the city of Niš. We would gladly host them. Yes, today I'm here as the mayor of the city of Niš, very proud with the great tradition of city of Niš, but very proud of one more fact. And this fact is related to something that is turned towards the future. And this is the perspective that we have. The perspective that we have with the new district that we are going to build, the perspective that we have with new data center that we are going to build, the perspective that we have with the Institute of Regenerative Medicine that we are going to gain. I'm sure that it's going to happen. I must be proud as the mayor of the city of Niš. But what is important for one city to become a business-friendly environment for business of the future, like this kind of business, is several things. And maybe I won't remember every one of them, but I must say at least three of them. First one of them is good infrastructure. I'm not just speaking about infrastructure, about the roads, railways. This is something that we are doing right now in the city of Niš, and I think everybody knows that. Maybe I can tell something later about this. I'm speaking about the telecommunication infrastructure, about the lines, about the data centers, about the infrastructure that is going to be the base for the AI tomorrow, or something that is advanced as we would like to have in the city of Niš. The second thing that we need to have as the city is good education for our citizens. Good education for our citizens. I'm proud for our University of Niš. There are some professors here in public. I see them. Thank you very much for doing good job with our pupils and with our people. But I need to say this: we must change, and the university must change, and the companies must change. Our minds must change if we want to gain some perspective in AI or many other advanced technologies in future. And the third thing, and nobody's going to say this, but I'm from this field and it is always related to me, is energetics. If we want to have AI, if we want to have advanced technologies, we need to have enough power. And this is why there is strong support from the city of Niš for a great project that is going to happen in Niš. I think it's going to be gas power plant in future years, because we need more energetics, we need more power distribution lines, we need more electric energy for all of this, because AI is not working as we all are used to. It is not working that it is just using the small amount of electric energy. It is using 4 or 5 times the amount of electric energy that is used for some regular factories that are today built. And this is why we need to have this also, and this is why we are going to build this kind of aggregates in the city of Niš, and I'm proud that we are doing such a job. The city of Niš has a great geostrategic position. It has highways. It is at the crossroad of the east and west, north and south. And also we are building new railroads. The railroad to Bulgarian and the railroad to North Macedonian border is being built already now. But we are starting to build a new railroad to the Belgrade, to the north. We will be greatly connected with Western Europe in future years. And those projects also with gas power plant are big projects that we are planning for our city. These projects are going to bring new industry, and from this perspective today, from this kind of industry, because in the city of Niš we have many factories that came in the last 10, 12 years, maybe 11 or 12 of them have came like foreign direct investitions. We would like to step not one, but 2 levels ahead in recent future years. We want to go from intensive labor to intensive smart industry, as I would like to call it. And we can do it only if we have science technology park, only if we have data center, only if we have a district that is going to be turned towards that kind of industry. Thank you very much. I don't want to spend some more time, maybe in second.
Wanted to add, just briefly, please.
Yeah, just a few sentences. I mean, I have been hearing what the mayor said, and this is very impressive because, I mean, the city's Niš is well known for its very proactive economic development efforts. I see this also in Bulgaria, several mayors that we have been talking to, and they asked me once, what is next? What can we do to support the economic development? We are doing our best to attract companies, and my personal opinion is nowadays, besides what you have to do is like good roads, nice locations, good education in the city, and many other things. One thing that is the cities might also, improve is to collect and to provide public data. This is something very important nowadays with the AI, because the data is the power, is the fuel for running these models, and the cities, and also in collaboration with some other national institutions, might provide, and in this case can help the local companies, to get better technologies on site.
Thank you. We have 20 more minutes and 6 panelists to speak. So the next round will have to be 3 minutes directly. Stefan was talking that we are talking a lot, but we are not implementing. The second part of the panel should be implementation. So, Mihaela, sorry for the short time, but what are the concrete steps you see that the region and Europe should do to increase its global competitiveness?
I was about to reply, everyone. Yes. I must maybe strengthen again the message with this Apply AI. Everything is in the name. Apply AI strategy. We look now into what we consider the critical sectors for European industry, including yours. One of these sectors is, for instance, manufacturing and robotics. So Apply AI strategy is now looking into each critical sector, and the idea is to identify use cases, what works, what's tested, to prepare this scalability across the sector and maybe in other sectors as well. So we look into very, very concrete steps right now. And just to give you some examples, in each country we have specificities. We have in Netherlands, for instance, I'm following that country, and it's amazing to see how they developed in a centralized way the AI approach. So first they developed GPT-NL. GPT-NL, it's their own large language model for Dutch language. And they will use this model for public sector. First, they start with the public sector. And now for the manufacturing, they will use the hubs, the European Digital Innovation Hubs in the southern part. And this is actually their strategy, concretely. First, the language model using the supercomputer they have in Netherlands and applied to public sector. And they start with the manufacturing. It's happening right now in Netherlands. I have another example in Bulgaria. For instance, the European Digital Innovation Hubs in Bulgaria, there are at least 2 of them. They work so well, one of them in the construction field, it's called EDIX. They are now on standardization. They reach that level when they can accompany the public entity and just provide guidance in terms of standardization regarding AI for construction field. So it can move very fast. But of course, each time it comes from the needs of the country. In Netherlands, it happens like this. They have the supercomputer. In Bulgaria, it happens a bit differently. Of course, they have the AI factory. In your country, it will happen differently. So you need to start from your needs and see, use the infrastructure developing right now under our eyes. There are 7 billions. Of course, the amount is not huge. In the same time, this is the amount we have for Euro-HPC joint undertaking until 2027. And this infrastructure is built right now also for Serbia to be used. I'm targeting those 2 hubs in Serbia. So this is up to you. And of course, the network will help you. The counterparts in the commission. So just rely on us, use us as well. Just with these facilities, the networks, and just start from your needs. This is the thing I can tell you. You start from what you need the most. Infrastructure, very well. What kind of infrastructure? And use what exists already and what's developed right now. So just I wanted to use these 2 examples, Netherlands and Bulgaria, for instance, but I have many more.
Thank you very much. Some good things are happening in Serbia as well, but I will not waste the time. Just be sure that we are going to listen to you and use this, what you have asked us, to use you as well to support us. Todor, just briefly, please. I know that we launched an initiative which will try to bring our region more competitive and speed up, we hope, the processes. You are the initiator, let's say, of the idea. Can you tell us something about this regional cooperation on Southeast European Innovation Lens?
Yes, probably this audience might not know what we are talking about, but let's just very briefly explain it. 2 or 3 years ago, we were asking ourselves how to move on, how to be more competitive on a regional scale, on an international scale. So I happened to talk several times to you and some other guys from the region. So we actually adopted the idea that we have so much. We don't have to compete. Actually, we need to share our resources and actually to get more competitive then and to get a better exposure to markets and also to venture capital. So I'm talking about our countries in the region like Greece, Macedonia, Serbia, Romania, Turkey also, who are also very active. So we succeeded in a way to explain what we have back home, to share it, and now we are expanding these opportunities, doing projects, sharing knowledge, and now, especially in the times of AI, I mean, like it was heard, that infrastructure might be used very easily. And just final thing is, it doesn't. When you say AI factory or a supercomputer, it sounds like something very distant, very expensive, something that you as a small and medium enterprise, you cannot even think about to touch or to get in line to get a service. Now what we are trying to do is actually democratize that process, either for our local communities, but also for the region, because we strongly believe that these talented engineers around those countries are here.
Thank you for sharing with us. Even just in 1 or 2 sentences, there are companies in the crowd. If they would like to implement some AI tools, what's the first thing they should do?
I didn't mean to speak in 1 sentence, but if I say what is the first step and what they should do is definitely not to start with defining technology. It's definitely the issue to be starting from the processes in the business problem, because the majority of the company asking us what AI tools should be used instead to ask the question where we are losing money, time, quality, and how data could help us on that way. So that is the first step. The second one, to go through the deep maturity assessment of the company, to assess all the data, to present the business case model for the future scenario. And very important, I will finish with that, is to work on a small-scale project, because practices has shown us it's not possible to work on a large-scale digital transformation project. Better to work on a small scale, which is definitely precise, and not to forget the human-centric approach, and to involve the capacity and building the capacity of the staff working on the AI implementation.
Thank you.
One big sentence.
Yelena's non-verbal communication showing that it
Yes.
seems that she agrees with you.
I agree, and I want to answer before you ask a question, if that's okay.
I'll ask the question, you can answer both. Just give us, after you answer the question, one policy action you think could speed up the processes the most.
I actually completely agree with Ivan, and I think that my recommendation is actually connected with what he was saying. First, when I explained my case that I explained about 23andMe, I talked about policy that needs to correct and not to forbid or restrict. So this is very important. But it's easier said than done, how to prepare such a policy. This is the trick. So I want to connect what Ivan said. We need smaller scale projects that we can follow as the regulators, and then do the policy that actually sets the rules based on the process that was being implemented in one of these, let's say, proof of concepts or whatever we call them. For example, if we could have AI-ready hospital, so work in one hospital and work in this hospital to implement AI solutions, and see what we need to regulate in order to be sure that the data is secure, that the patients are safe, that the doctors adopt it. So the whole range, have AI-ready school, have AI-ready bakery. So work in small pieces, in small tranches, and then work on policy that actually follows the whole process of implementation. I think that's the best case scenario, because we need legislation that is adopted to Serbian policy as such. So this is the recommendation.
Thank you. This could have been a closing remark, but we will continue. Stefan, we talked about the digital exposure and the importance of cybersecurity, but what can we do actually to address that the cybersecurity as a threat is not stopping the digitalization and AI application process. Again, as short as possible.
Thank you. First, I just want to say to the mayor,
And direct.
You already have many smart people in Niš that are doing great implementation of things. Yes. But I think regarding security in general, but also like fear of AI and so on, I think there is a lot that needs to be done to make all the new applications, especially with AI, to be secure. So we are sure not only what the data is the one that is being processed, but also the way that the AI has decided what to be most efficient. So I think because AI is always going to efficiency, it can sometimes do things that are not really moral or legal. So I think there is a lot of work that needs to be done to create a very strict process that will enable AI to be implemented in a way that you really want it to be implemented, not to get some things that are not safe or that are maybe discriminatory and so on. But that should not stop us from implementing AI. So I think that's one of the things that people get wrong a lot because they have a big fear of AI, big fear of digitalization. So if we have our big databases, then we need cybersecurity. Of course you need it, but you're going to be much more efficient and you're going to treat things much more carefully. And I think regarding general security, like, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago, somebody can just take a bunch of pieces of paper, copy them, nobody will have any notice on that. Today, with the modern software, with modern cybersecurity, you can have track of all movements of data, you can have track of all access of data, and so on. So I think in that sense, everything that we do can be much more safer than it ever has been if you implement the technology correctly. And I think also companies should not be really afraid. I think regarding the prices of that, it's not really expensive to implement good quality cybersecurity solutions. So in that sense, I think there is a good and easy way to do these things. And what we miss is education and actionability. But I think we are going to have more of that in the coming years. So it is possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It seems that there is a lot of things to do for the recently established digital cybersecurity district and for the Hub 201.
Yes. We are only doing things, not talking, only doing things. That's
I would say that you are good at talking as well.
talking about doing things.
Trying to get the direct answer from the one who is actually paid and professionally in talking, a politician here among us.
Maybe sometimes.
Can you be? You mentioned several things. I know what's happening in Niš, but can you be precise for the audience to say what are the detailed and straightforward activities City of Niš is doing and is going to do next couple of years to strengthen and position again, I would say, as an regional engineering hub?
We are going to give to the people that have ideas to develop their ideas. As the local government, the City of Niš is always towards the people that are owners and CEOs of companies. I see some of them in the crowd. And I want to tell them that as the local government, we will be there for you, for everything that are your needs. We will develop infrastructure, we will develop what we said before, new possibilities for you in the way that we provide you an easier way for your ideas to come true. And this is what is our goal. And we have some ideas globally. I'm speaking about the City of Niš. We are doing the Center for Mobility. This is going to be the goal for the future years, maybe not recent years, but future years. We see great importance in this because this is a kind of center that is not existing today in the Balkans. And I think that AI is going to have many opportunities to be the main issue here in the Center for Mobility. We are going to do, as we said today, a data center, and we are going to try to make a new district hub. The thing that we started to do around our Tech University, and this is Science Technology Park 1 and Science Technology Park 2, I think this is just the beginning. The innovations like districts and hubs that are regarding AI in future will be the main issues for our city. And I will try to speak about Tech University for developing their perspectives on a new level. Also, we're going to, and we are now dealing with some land issues on several locations that are going to be put for guys like my friends in the crowd that are leading good companies that have good lines and good perspectives in niche and wider. We are dealing with land issues to improve better and easier bureaucratic things for them, because we know that local bureaucracy is always something that is like the burden on somebody when somebody is trying to start a new business or something like that. In innovation hubs and in science technology parks, we would like new startups, and this is something that we are going to strongly support in future years.
Thank you very much. I like the fact that I am working in the city of Niš, hearing this, what are the intentions of the city as well. We wanted to have the questions also from the crowd, but to be in line with the time, I would like to thank the people who joined me here and give the contribution, and try to summarize the discussion. As first, we can agree that the industrial transformation is not a future scenario. It's something which is already underway, and it's a strategic, a must thing for all the economies as well for us. And it's very good that we have the EU support in implementing these kind of changes. I think that we agreed with the hypothesis. I said that the ecosystems are very important, because the ecosystems are generating the environment which can develop and secure deployment of new solutions. I'm sure that regions and the cities which are aware of the importance to develop the ecosystems, both from the perspective you said, from the energy, from infrastructure, as well as development of the educational system which can support this kind of industrial transformation, is something which we need. And I hope that through this discussion, which was mainly general and partly was using the city of Niš as an example, you have seen and we have proved that city of Niš is on a good way to become an engineering hub of the Balkans. Again, thank you from my side for taking the time and being here. It was really a pleasure, and looking forward to see you in Niš on Forum on Advanced Technologies. Thank you.